Hello, this is Somadip and you are watching I am Somadip. If humans have robots that do all of the work, spend a good life with them, and even if they are happy, how will human life be? So at the beginning of the movie story, we see a cute girl named Lucy. She used to share all small flat with a friend, and one day she went to a robotic company for a job interview. The company's boss is very pleased with Lucy because she is wise and intelligent. The boss immediately put her on the job and also told Lucy about her next job, in which she will repair and sell a new robots. And she was very happy on the way as if her feet were not on the ground. Now she had come home, and reaching home, she sees that her friend was exciting in the kitchen. He was doing strange things, but she doesn't say anything. Then she hears a voice from the bathroom, and a girl comes out of the bathroom. Lucy becomes depressed to see that girl because she liked her friend and wanted to marry him, but he was cheating on her. Lucy was completely silent after seeing all this and doesn't say anything. Now when the girl left, her friend was worried to see her. He says, "Hit me. Say something to me," but doesn't do this to me. He hits his head on the fridge too, was so ashamed of himself that he throws her exercise dumbbell out of the window. It hits someone's car. Now they are called down to compensate for the loss of the car. When the car owner asked for money, Lucy's friend says that her house belonged to him and takes money from him. "I only came to her house and saying this." He leaves. Lucy becomes sad to hear this from her friend. Anyway, the next day was the first day of her job, and she meets a boy who works in the company named Wade. He explained all the works to her, and her first job was to remove robots like human from the box. Then connect them to a tablet and ask robot for their model number. When all the work is done, scan the code written behind their ears and send it to the room number 21 for checking. Those robots were more similar to human. If they were kept with ordinary people, it was very difficult to recognize the robots. Every robot had different personality and had different quality tools, so that their customer can take their favorite robots in their own way. Now Lucy opens the first box, in which there was an exercise robot, and she joins his neck with the help of the tablet. So his neck, which was made of iron and wires, getting better by itself and looks like a human. When the robot opens its eyes, Lucy had forgotten all her work by looking at him. Now the smart robot tells her the next task. After it, she sent it for checking. She opens the second box, and there was a cute model in it. Then the third one, she was gradually understanding her work. She fixed a lot of robots like the working maid, but there was a robot there was refused to tell his model number. He says, "I had a nightmare and I am still scared." The robot was named the friend. Lucy now sells the boy who worked in her company named Bid and tells him all the problems. After checking, it turns out that there are a lot of problems in the robot. After hearing this, the friend's robot starts weeping and tells Lucy that these people will break him and will send him back. While crying, he was also looking at her and praising her beauty because he was a friend's robot. He was made to meet people and make friends with them, and these qualities were put in that robot. Now the boss arrives, and when he sees the defect of the robot, he asks them to send it back to Japan. Lucy listens to her boss and says, "Boss, why send it back? We will sell it at a discount." The boss also likes Lucy's idea and assigned this responsibility to Lucy, that she will prepare the robot for the customer. After which all the robots were kept to show off people, so that people can see them, like them, and make their own mind to buy them. Lucy was a little nervous because it was her job to show all the robots. She talks to the friend's robot and tells her about herself. "My friend left me whom I like a lot and wanted to marry too because of this. I am a little worried." The friend's robot hears everything and says, "Someone will be crazy who will leave you." He was still admiring her beauty. Then a rich woman comes to see the robot. Firstly, she was not ready to buy it, but when the friend's robot admired her beauty, she was not on the ground. When she heard her praise, she tells Lucy to pack it quickly and send it to her house. Although the robot was flattering to her, Lucy was sitting alone at the night and the robot comes to her and says, I don't want to go away from you. Now the robotic company arranged a robots, so of their all robots because of it. All the robots of their company are sold. The boss was also very happy and drinks a lot of in his happiness. At night, Vid drops Lucy and the boss at home. On the way, he was singing high song which had a clear meaning that he also started liking Lucy. The next day when Lucy comes to work, she sees that the friend robot was sent to his owner's house. She should be happy to see this, thinking that this was the first sale, but she was sad. Then she gets a video on the phone that the friend robot had sent and he also reads a poem in her phrase. Lucy feels lovely to hear this. She was also falling in love with her friend's robot. She would call the woman again and again on the pretext of checking who had bought the friend's robot. She talks to her friend's robot on the same pretext and the robot tells Lucy that his owner is very strange. She wears strange clothes and make my heart flutter, but I miss you a lot. The next day, the woman who bought the robots come back to the company, make a fuss, and says that the robot was bad, I want my money back. The friend robot was also not ready to live with his owner. He says that she makes me wear animal clothes and treat me like a slave. I will not live with her. The boss make the woman believe that the company will return all your money. After it, she leaves. Now the boss became furious and started to beating the friend robot because of him. His company suffered a great loss. Lucy forbids and stops him. She says, you don't worry, I will buy this robot likewise. The company will not be harmed. She takes money from her mother and her friend and takes a loan from the bank and buys the robot. Now she brought him to her house and they talk a lot of night. The friend robot makes breakfast on her in the morning and sent her to the office. They talk on the phone all day. Gradually, they fell in love with each other. One day, Lucy's old friend comes home. The one who used to live with her. He asks the friend's robot, who are you and what are you doing here? But he was thinking that maybe he was a thief. He punched him, but in return, he also attacks him. Lucy's friends openly challenge the robot to come out with him somewhere to fight. He brought the robot out and showed live on the net to his loved one. When Lucy watched the live video, she became furious. She goes to the same place, closes the button of the robot and brings it home. She was enraged because she had stopped him from leaving the house. The robot asks, do you still like your old friend? You must say. He getting jealous. Thinking about himself, he started liking Lucy. One night, Lucy's friends calls her to her party. The same friends from whom Lucy had taken money. Her friends thought that today her friend will ask her to marry him, but he doesn't do that. She becomes furious because of it and starts weeping. Lucy makes her friend robot sit with her and goes to talk with her. Why doesn't she want to marry her friend? There was Lucy's friend in the party whom used to live with her. He was showing the party to everyone in the live video. Lucy talks to her friends. He also shows her words live in which he tells her that he likes boys, not girls. You must have understood what it was. Lucy come back after talking to see her friends doing wrong with her robot. Lucy was so angry that she was going crazy. She was going to kill her friend with a bottle, but she bows down and that bottle hits her poor robot, because of which his mouth was open and she was worried to see calls Vid to her house, her company colleague to fix her face. He had fixed her face but with a new face, and the robot got a new face. He was looking like a different person. The next day when Lucy goes to the office and her boss showed her the video of the last night's party and fired her from the job. Because of that, her company was defamed and she blames Lucy. She asked for an old face for her robot, but her boss refused and she somehow wanted to get an old face for her robot. She calls Vid and goes to the company's warehouse to find her robot's face at night, but the boss was sleeping there. After it, he fired Veed from the job, but he let Lucy take a new face for the robot. Lucy was feeling very bad for Veed. He tells her not to worry about him and he will get a job. It was clear that he also loved Lucy, but he never told her. Now Lucy got the old face of her robot. She makes a YouTube channel with her robot and everyone started considering them as a pair of human and robot. Because of this, they become very famous. One day Lucy's robot calls her for marriage. She said yes and started jumping on the sofa. On the wedding day, a lovely friend of Lucy was getting her married. When she asked the robot, "Do you like Lucy? Do you consider her you as a wife?" Then the friend robot started fluttering with that girl and even asked the girl for her number. Lucy was insulted so badly in her own wedding. She leaves her wedding and moves away, and the robot also follows her. He says that maybe my program has gone wrong, listen to me. Lucy goes home and asked, "Why did you do that?" But now he was also shouting at her. He says that it is not a big deal. Here, we tell that it is not anyone's fault. This robot's program is such that they start liking new things. They get used to the people and copy them to whom they were spoken for the first time. The friend robot also understood that was Lucy cannot be happy with him. He says, "Stop me and send me back." Lucy didn't want to do that. That would she do. She couldn't hurt her again and again. At the end of the movie, we are shown the scene after 6 months. Lucy wakes up and Veed was making food in her kitchen. That means they both got married. After eating food, Lucy gets a message and it was from the friend robot. He had sent her a video in which he expressed his gratitude that Lucy had provided her with such a wonderful moment. At the end, he danced for her. This was the end of the movie. So keep liking, keep sharing and must subscribe. Thank you for watching.